and try to.
Available 24.
Would ever rank with the best things in this country. But we believed we could make something worthy of their spirit.
It's great to be back in the building to be a part of this.
We are starting to see signs that our lives and communities can get back to normal, but there is still more for us to do. Vaccines are one of the most important tools we have to control the spread and effect of COVID-19. It is safe and effective and will help protect you and your loved ones. To learn more about the vaccine and make a plan for yourself or your family, visit cdc.gov.
Grizzlies lead it by 5. Everybody knew all about Zaire Williams as a lottery pick. Santi Aldama, not a lot of people knew a lot about him. Projected to be second-round pick, maybe not even be drafted at all. Grizzlies took him with the last pick of the first round, and boy, is it paying off.
Well, I think it's going to be another one of these seasoned rookies that can have an effect on your basketball team. We all know that it is a long NBA season, a lot of games, a lot of traveling, a lot of opportunities for young players. And Aldama, what he has shown here tonight, that if you put him on the floor, he understands how to play the game of basketball.
Well, we talked about it earlier. His dad was on the Spanish national team back in 1992. Cooper, a little in and out dribble and a pretty finish.
You're not going to expect him to be out there and keep Cooper in front of him on a regular basis, I can tell you that much.
Williams, yes! Zaire Williams makes it 84-79.
He's had a lot of success in terms of making shots, but he's found a way to get 12 good looks here in this game.
Skylar Mays drops in a 3. Skylar Mays out of LSU on his second consecutive two-way contract with the Atlanta organization. Cooper, the takeaway. Skylar Mays hits the turnaround, and we're all square at 84. So the 10-point lead is gone.
You're on the floor here. You're one of the guys that haven't even really practiced a lot together. Aldama misses that shot there, and the biggest issue right now just for the Grizzlies is being able to get the ball entered into that offensive set.
Grizzlies already 3 turnovers here in the period. Cooper banks it in, and Atlanta has the lead.
I'll tell you this much, I've watched him play a lot of basketball. There's not one big on this floor that's going to be able to stay in front of him when he puts the ball on the floor and gets into an offensive move.
7-0 run by Atlanta, all Cooper and Mays. Johnson's 3 off the mark, boarded by Pons. Culver trying to create off the bounce.
Williams, 11 from three-point range of the Celtics here in this first quarter.
He improved as a three-point shooter last year after shooting only 25% in his rookie year.
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox. Did you know 1 in 6 African American men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer? Compared to others, African American men are 76% more likely to get diagnosed and over twice as likely to die from it. I'm joining with the Prostate Cancer Foundation to get the word out. Know your risks, know the numbers. Learn more at pcf.org.
NBC Sports Washington. Coverage of Wizards basketball is brought to you by Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance. Your Washington area Honda dealers. When you want to get more, then it has to be a Honda. Don't settle for less. Visit your local Honda dealer today. And by MedStar. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people. Back in our nation's capital, the NBA is back. It's the preseason time for tonight's Toyota Star Trek, brought to you by Toyota. Drew, tell us what you got.
All right, welcome back.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be back. Spencer Dinwiddie, he looked great, explosive in his preseason debut against Houston, and Montrezl Harrell. He is a beast and was a beast. 20 minutes the other night against Houston looked phenomenal.
He really did. Was crashing the offensive glass. Had 6 offensive rebounds against the Houston Rockets. It's a chance for the fans to see these Wizards up close and in person for the first time this year as they take on the Knicks. Starting lineups in tip-off when we come back.
Whether buying your first home, refinancing, or renovating, McLean Mortgage understands that financing a home is a significant part of your life. We stand ready to help guide you smoothly along the exciting journey of home ownership. McLean Mortgage, your journey home begins here.
Xfinity is a sponsoring partner of supporting our schools.
The Lift Zone is definitely making a difference in our community.
Please give your attention to 2-time champion Torrey Smith.
Good morning, good morning.
I mentor these kids. We want them to get the highest test scores as possible so them as individuals can feel successful.
We talk about people don't have access to the internet. That's a major problem today. But a lot of people don't have access to people that truly care about them, and they do. They have both here, and that's special.
I'm originally from Hawaii, but I moved to Wisconsin just last year. I decided to get a bike because a car was too expensive. We both work at Chick-fil-A. She would bike to work every day. And then winter hit, and that was pretty rough. So there was a holiday raffle, and they were giving away a car there. Her name got called, and I was like... She decided to give the car to me. Chick-fil-A feels like one big family.
Helping you or just like any of my coworkers always brings joy. It's crazy to say like I gave my best friend a car.
On the inside, a Honda SUV is comfortable and loaded with technology. But on the outside, a Honda SUV is rugged and built to take on any kind of road. Inside, outside. Hurry, these SUVs are selling fast. See your local Honda dealer today.
Right now, Hondas are going pretty fast. And if you want one, you should put your name on it before someone else does. New Hondas are on the way to your local Honda dealer. Reserve yours today.
This can't be good.
You've got enough to think about maintaining. Luckily, your Volkswagen is easy. The all-new 2022 Taos has a lower cost of maintenance than its Toyota, Honda, and Subaru competitors. Life's easier in a Volkswagen. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and experience the all-new Taos with a starting MSRP of $22,995.
Ironbow Technologies delivers enterprise solutions to federal, commercial, and healthcare clients. Strong technical expertise with global reach. Flexible in our delivery of IT solutions. Targeted to your goals and successful business outcomes. Ironbow, in partnership with Dell Technologies.
Flexing is automatic. Flexing is automatic. Flexing is automatic. Flexing is automatic. I be with it like it's a habit. Flexing is automatic. And I make it look like it's magic. Flexing is automatic. Flexing is automatic. Flexing is automatic. I be with it like it's a habit. Flexing is automatic. Yeah, I make it look like it's magic. Flexing is automatic.
Attention Wizards fans, get the MyTeams app to stay connected to everything Wizards. Stream live games to get exclusive video, interviews, articles, and more. Download MyTeams now to start streaming. Back here at Capital One Arena, let's take a look at tonight's Wizards starting lineup. And Drew, this is a very different lineup than we're used to because of all the offseason moves. So now Spencer Dinwiddie's the point guard, Bradley Beal at the 2, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope will play the 3 tonight, Kyle Kuzma at the 4, and Daniel Gafford at the 5. For the New York Knicks, they're without some of their guys, but Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier, R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, the second-year player, and Taj Gibson. And it's a new lineup, new players, and a new head coach this year. Wes Unseld Sr., his jersey hangs in the rafters. Wes Unseld Jr. is coaching here where his dad made the name famous, and he even said before the game that he was going to look up at that number tonight, and he was going to have more emotion than he would normally have. This is a special night for that man right there, getting his first head coaching job in the NBA. And with that, we say hello to the third member of our team, courtside, Chris Miller.
It has been 578 days since I sat here on this baseline, and it is great to be back talking to you Wizards fans. I brought somebody with me. He just so happens to be the 25th head coach in franchise history, Wes Unseld Jr. He has waited for this opportunity after taking 10 years of a sabbatical, going to Orlando, Golden State, and obviously in Denver. He is known for his development and defense. You'll see that tonight during training camp, guys. No matter which player I talk to, they talked about the point of emphasis being defense. More importantly, communicating on every possession. The Wizards want to be a better defensive team, and guys, they have people that have track records that have done that in the past.
They do, and Chris and Drew, this is such a different team. I mean, here we have Daniel Gafford jumping center against Taj Gibson. And here is Spencer Dinwiddie as the new point guard after that big offseason trade, which sent Russell Westbrook to the Lakers.
Yeah, well, this offseason with the Wizards having some cap space, but not that much to play with, they need to find guys that can play defense. And one of those guys just hit a jump shot right there. Spencer Dinwiddie, I think, was an awesome pickup for Tommy Shepard in this organization this offseason, making him a Wizard, signing him as a free agent, because he's going to give you some similarities like Russell Westbrook, where he's going to be a leader. He's going to push the pace and be that guy.
R.J. Barrett picked up by Beal. Gibson at the free throw line. The elbow jumper gets the roll.
At his age, he could make that in his sleep. And playing with Coach Tibbs for I don't even know how many years now, but they've been together since their days in Chicago, and he has revitalized his career, absolutely.
Kyle Kuzma, Dinwiddie, a deep 3, pass up by Kuzma. Shot clock down to 4. Kuzma, shot clock to 2. The turnaround fadeaway jumper is no good, and Obi Toppin, who's starting in place of Julius Randle, gets the rebound. This New York Knicks team, one of the most improved teams last year under Tom Thibodeau, and he was named the NBA Coach of the Year because of what he did for this team as Toppin tries the corner 3.
Well, they got some structure, with the good assets they have in the New York Knicks and the young talent. When you bring a guy like Coach Tibbs in, you get structure, you get discipline, and that was something that was missing with the New York Knicks, I thought, for years. And now they got some of that, and how were they rewarded? They got to the playoffs, and they did a great job buying into Coach Tibbs' philosophy, especially on the defensive end, and were successful.
Absolutely. Here's Dinwiddie pulling up for 3. This one is short. It's an air ball. 3-2 Wizards up early in this one. And you talk about the accountability that Coach Tibbs presented for this Knicks team last year. That's really what Wes Unseld Jr. Wizards team here is holding each guy accountable, and each guy holding each other accountable. As Barrett tries to improve three-point shooter last year, R.J. Barrett shot over 40% from downtown. Beal, his elbow.
Yeah, once Brad gets some space, it's all she wrote. Pull-up jumpers. He took that all the way to the rack and got some contact, but it's a good sign. He's picking up where he left off last season. Here he is with the steal.
Turnover. Here comes Beal. Head up to the corner. Caldwell-Pope able to stay in bounds. It out for 3. Kyle Kuzma misses the open 3, but Gafford comes up hobbling just to steal. Kuzma leaves it to Gafford. Awkward angle, and he finished. The new additions for this Knicks team. Guy who grew up in New York City, now playing for his hometown team. That's 3 straight turnovers by the Knicks. And Beal trying to capitalize. He can't. Active hands by Dinwiddie. Knocks it out of bounds.
Great deflection by Dinwiddie right there, but Brad, he has simplified his game, and these are the type of plays. Screen assist by Daniel Gafford. Get into the teeth of the defense for that sweet baby pull-up.
R.J. Barrett has knocked down his second 3.
And R.J. Barrett has something to prove this year. I think he took a step backwards to the team develop, but a lot more offensive capabilities, I think, in the tank for this team.
Beal in the paint. Nice move by Bradley Beal. Beal had 18 points in 20. Right down in Houston. Walker, the scoop doesn't go. Kuzma looks to push. Those guys, who it looks like he's just grown every year, literally. He's now 6'10" as Caldwell drains the 3.
Yeah, well, I think he was 6'7" when he got drafted. I mean, he's 6'10". You know, I looked at the media notes today, and it said 6'10" Kyle Kuzma. I thought they cracked down on guys lying up the height. But, you know, I saw him doing media, and he's all but of all of that, 6'10".
Kemba Walker at the 3. I was going to say, if he'd grown 3 inches since he was drafted, maybe
I'm shrinking as I age.
Beal, the flow does not go. Gibson has the rebound. Fournier, his 3 is good. And right, 16 is hot from downtown. Dinwiddie, he has got great. He can speed it up, he can slow it down, and it's almost like he can do it at will.
And you got to remember, he's doing this after an ACL injury, and before that, career highs not only in minutes, but points, rebounds, and assists. Well on his way of being an all-star, consistent all-star.
Well, an early timeout taken here by wants to stop right here with the Wizards down by 4, 16-12, but Spencer Dinwiddie hit the first 3, and now here is him. A little change of pace. Wiz down by 4.
NBC Sports Washington is your destination for everything Washington football. Catch kickoff live and post-game live with JP Finley, Brian and Tana Moss, hosted by Jordan Giorgio. Follow the Washington Football Talk JP Finley podcast. And don't forget to download the My Team, our website, for exclusive content from the team. Washington football starts here, only on NBC Sports Washington.
What do you want from your sportsbook? The best odds? Daily, personalized promotions? Same game parlays you can boost for even more? With easier withdrawals and complete security. Sounds like you don't want to just bet. You want to live your bet. Welcome to PointsBet.
Have you seen those small
careful with
it! Sorry, Missy.
Excuse me, could we?
Excuse me, I was wondering, could we bedroom?
Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy. When you have an insurance question, you can always agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Who wants some dress shirts?
For expert help with all your insurance needs, get to know your local Geico agent today.
In business, setbacks change. So get Comcast Business Internet, now with Security Edge. It helps keep your network safe by scanning for threats every 10 minutes. And unlike some cybersecurity options, this helps protect every connected device. Yours, your employees, and even your customers can stay ahead.
Fast speeds and advanced security. Now to get for $69.99 a month from Comcast Business. Call or go online today.
Our injury report. Scolo injury lawyers for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson is Winston both out. Bryant expected to be back around December. Just Winston's going to be out a couple of weeks with a hamstring injury.
Thomas Bryant still being on this roster, trying to get back healthy and active at that center position. I know last year the Wizards got away with a three-big rotation with Alex Lynn, Lopez, and Daniel Gafford exactly after the trade. It's going to be a similar situation this season with Gafford, Bryant, and Montrez.
And they all bring something different. Shot clock to 4, Dinwiddie over Kemba Walker. Use that size, and that's what people. Dinwiddie, he's 6'5" with a long wingspan.
And he also has something to prove, that he's back healthy and he can get back to playing that top caliber basketball.
You mentioned that, 20.6 points per game 2 years ago for the Brooklyn Nets. Toppin, able to get the steal, able to get around Gafford. Toppin rolling to the hoop. Good ball. Corner 3. That's a shot you want Taj Gibson to take.
Yeah, well, he's expanding his game. If Taj Gibson would have shot that shot 10 years ago with Coach Tibbs, he'd be out the game right now.
Daniel Gafford gets the roll, ties the game up at 16. Denny Avdia, Howell Neto going to the bench for the Wizards. Derrick Rose for the Knicks.
How about Derrick Rose going back to New York under his old coach Thibodeau and signing a nice contract season, 4-year deal.
So here are Montrezl Harrell coming in. The bench. Gafford goes to the bench. And Caldwell Pope go to the bench. Howell Neto re-signed this year by the Wizards. I think you and I both love that move.
Yeah, he earned it. He earned every penny. He was a warrior, a wounded warrior. I would do a lot of injuries and was consistent enough to be rewarded another deal to wear that Washington Wizards uniform.
Gibson over Harrell gets the roll. You heard the ovation. I think the ovation was really for Denny Avdia.
Yes, it was.
Because Denny, we know, broke that left ankle. As Neto leads it off to Harrell, little pump fake. Miss, and this time draws a foul. It should be against Obi Toppin.
And that's what he is, a workhorse. No hesitation, no waiting. He impacts the game with his energy. And this is a second chance effort right here. You know, sticking with it, that's a foul. You know, that was a bad no call, and now he's sticking with it. He's not complaining. He looks focused. And this is a big year for Montrez. A huge year for him in his career going forward.
Against Taj Gibson. His first team second. Montrezl Harrell at the free throw line. During media day, we said, what do you want to be called? So, from now on, it's Trez.
He's a throwback. He could have played in any era. And you know, the knock on college when he's at Houston, when he's an undersized power forward. But he was able to prove the doubters wrong. Power forward. In fact, I'm an undersized center. And he's produced at that 5 spot, especially off the bench in the second units. He did it in LA for both teams, the Clippers and the Lakers, and now he's done it so far, especially last game against the Houston Rockets.
2 years ago while playing for the Clippers, Fournier knocks down a 3.
And that wasn't an easy task because he had to beat one of the guys that was on his team, and Lou Williams, repeat offender on receiving that 6-man award. So that was a tough year for him and a big year for Montrez.
Beal's got Toppin on him, steps back for 3, doesn't get the roll. Jericho Sims just in, gets the rebound. Barrett, and we're going to have an offensive. Beal went down, Toppin gets called for the little screen.
And right there, want to communicate. That's one of the biggest things and keys in basketball is communicating. When the ring is being called right there, it probably could have went either way. Obi Toppin had probably a good point there. Had his turn to Brad and move on him.
Denny Avdia on the second unit. This is his first game back. Shovels a pass to Harrell, and Harrell challenges. Couldn't finish. Derrick Rose looks to push. Rose still has that burst of speed. Not quite like what it was when he was with the Bulls when he first came in, but yes.
Yeah, he's learned how to preserve when to go and when not to go, when to use his speed, when to use his quickness. I played with Derrick Rose as a rookie in Chicago. I had him as a rook. We took him number 1. And when he got in there first at camp, it was just nonstop, taking it down the throat of the defense, getting to the basket. And it was amazing at 18 years old, 19 years of age, was doing that at that pace.
There are some hard choices in life, but choosing Yahoo isn't one of them. Yahoo Fantasy Basketball is easy to play. You can start and end your season whenever you want. And the best part is, it's totally free. Derrick Rose made the first. Derrick Rose acquired mid-season last year. Came over to the Knicks. Things changed for the team.
Yes, it did. And one thing about Derrick Rose and why he was rewarded that 4-year contract is his love for the game, playing basketball, being, sacrificing, having to be a starter in this league and being able to be a role player off the bench and a veteran helping the younger guys.
A 7-0 run by the Knicks. The turnover by Avdia. Sims rolling to the hoop, and he gets fouled, and I believe this foul is going to be called against You mentioned before about communication. Wes Unseld has been very big on talking players, but the players talking with each other.
I mean, with the blend of veteran guys you have on this team compared to the younger players, you're going to need that. You're going to need guys communicating at all levels, whether it's on offense, defense, at practice. Everybody's going to be in teaching mode, including Coach West. And with the help of the veterans, one thing will be priority number 1, and that's being able to communicate with his players and with him.
Kuzma grabs the rebound to Sims miss. An 8-0 Knicks run. 3:45 to go here in the first. Nice attack by Kuzma against Nas. See a lot of that because Kuzma can take guys off the bench. Forcing it up and finishes. Neto back the other way. Here's Harrell against Sims. Harrell somehow got to his spot to get the shot off.
He's a guy that doesn't need any plays drawn for him. Just give him the ball, or if you don't get the ball, he's going to get it off the rim and finish it anyway.
Alec Burks is back in for the first time as Fournier blocked there by Harrell. This is out of bounds off of Knox. It will be Wizards ball. Just under 3 to go here in the first. When we come back, we'll talk about Deni Avdia making his return from that ankle injury last season.
Now for the main event, it's FanDuel Fight Night. Now, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder.
This will be a monster fight. Download FanDuel Sportsbook. 30-1 odds on Fury Wilder. Bet $5 to win $150.
The 2 for $8 Classic Mother Cruncher or Big Buford deal from Checkers isn't just a deal. It's a pick of 2 premium Classic Mother Cruncher sandwiches, 2 deliciously filling and indulgent Big Bufords, or one of each of these superior sandwiches for just $8. It's the biggest deal since the birth of baby Bigfoot, and the biggest deal since the invention of the word big. Boom! The 2 for $8 or Big Buford deal from Checkers. You've earned it. Get it delivered through our new rewards app.
We have inventory at Orsman Chevrolet of Bowie. There is no better time than now to upgrade your into a new Chevrolet, and Orsman has the inventory. Other dealers aren't looking so hot with their empty lots, but Orsman Chevrolet of Bowie has the most new car inventory in Maryland, with 130% KBB trade-in value and available 0% financing. We have the inventory at Orsman Chevrolet.
You always get your way at Oarsman Chevrolet of Bowie.
Remember when no dream was too big? And you could fearlessly face the unknown. You still can. When you have a rock you can depend on for life, you'll be unstoppable. People who rely on Prudential for financial planning and investing. Who's your rock?
Getting injured is the team, winning, going to the playoff. No Israeli ever been in the playoff. I really wanted to be first Israeli to be in the playoff. And you see you want to be a part of the team. You want to go on the court and show everybody who's Denny that you just fractured your leg. You know, as I progressed, I understand that, all right, now it's time to get stronger. Now it's time to get better. Now it's time to get ready for the second year, which is very important.
Just a portion of my conversation. This is a young man that just turned 20 years old, guys. He's way mature above his years when you think about him talking about the patience of coming off of rehab and understanding he wants to do more for the team. I asked Unseld about that in the pregame. I said, how does he balance all that? And he says the one thing about himself, if he does something wrong, they want him to think about next play. And Drew, I think that's just an evolution of young players coming into this league. They've been so successful getting here, but once they get to this league, they're playing on the greatest league on the planet.
Yeah, and you got to remember, he had some games where he was starting and it's just a blessing that we're able to see him active tonight after that ankle injury, because we thought it was way worse than it actually was. I think that's actually going to help Denny going forward, because you heard in that interview, I need to get stronger. I need to take care of my body. I need to get better. I need to take those next steps. And we got scouting reports on all guys. And in my scouting report, that's one of the number one things for Denny Avdia. Next step, him getting stronger. So I'm glad that me and him on the same page.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think when you have something taken away that life and you just take it for granted, when all of a sudden it's gone, you got to realize I got to rehab to get back. You realize how lucky you are to play this game, and situation this year, he's going to be a facilitator on the second unit. As Davis Bertan has checked in for the first time, the Latvian Laser has come in this year. Better shape, knocks down his first three.